This is always a nice garage view. Okay, so we're doing the oil change on the 1990 Mazda Miata. And one thing I noticed is the previous owner, well, obviously I know it's first day bought, but they installed this little front spoiler, little chin spoiler thing. And if you go underneath the car, so I always have to take off the bottom, splash guard to get to the oil filter. And any of you other first gen Miata, NA owners, if you still have yours, let me know in the comments, because I got a bunch of 10mm bolts to take out, and then this thing comes off. I guess that's a good sign that, or just one of the signs that your car has been taken care of. So on each side, the aftermarket front lip, it's connected here with a bolt here. You need an Allen key to hold this side. There's a locking nut right there, so I'm not even going to touch that. Look how rusty it is. But then it has this rod that goes up, and I guess it replaces the, it just bolts up to where this location would be with this nut for the, it would just be a nut with no rod at all, I think. Just one of the 10 or so nuts and bolts that holds the splash guard on. So I think that's pretty cool that the your front lip, if you have an aftermarket one like this, it is connected with just some, these screws are pretty rusty, just some Phillips screws that were just screwed into the bottom of the bumper. About, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in the center of the bumper, but you do have the about a 1/4 inch thick bar, metal bar on either side, just for that extra support. Because these just tiny little Phillips screws, look, those will rust or break or come loose in the plastic over time. So it's nice to see that. So we'll continue on with this oil change. First, we got to get the splash guard off. Okay, a lot of leaks under here, but here's the oil drain plug, and it is a 19mm. You don't really see that nowadays. You see, well, when I was working on cars in the 2015s and 16s, or 16s and 17s, sorry, on the Fords, it was a lot of 15mm, 13mm, etc. But that's where the drain plug is. A lot of leaks though. It's keeping everything from rusting, that's for sure, but it's going to have to be addressed eventually, because I'm starting to get some drips on the floor. Those are old drips. See if I get it. There's a new drip. 2 new ones right there. So yeah, these leaks, well, once they get, worse and worse, and I really just need the time to address them. And then we can do some much needed gasket replacements to take care of those leaks. And then, as you can see, the oil filter is up in there, and you can see I marked 87K from the last oil change, and I will write 92K on my Pennzoil, get the glare out of here, Pennzoil Platinum HE filter. I think it's, yep, it's a yellow one. That's what it looks like. HPZ-37 if you want to get one. I just happened to, I think I found a deal on it when I was getting this and the 10W30 Pennzoil full synthetic oil. So this is what I'll be using for the oil change. Here's the old oil coming out. Definitely time for the oil change. I'm at currently 91,998 miles. So just too shy of the 5,000 mile mark. Although I did write 87K on the oil filter, but if I remember correctly, I actually changed it at 87 and change, just a little bit over 87,000 miles even. But yeah, just dark in color, but don't see any metal shavings or anything coming out. Of course, you can always send it off to you know, labs and get your oil tested if you're really that concerned about it. Especially on, I see people do that on YouTube on like their, if they own a, you know, like a high performance car, and they're doing oil changes like every 3,000 miles or so, they'll want to send it off, get it tested, just to make sure they're, because, you know, those engines are pricey if you happen to needed a replacement. But I mean, this little 1.6 is still cranking after, this is 33 years old now, this car. That's crazy to me. Why do I own a 33-year-old car? Maybe I should upgrade, but I can't get over how it drives, how it handles, how it feels.